We got KJ Edwards in the fold now, man. It's just it's significant in a lot of ways because I think one of the biggest questions when you add Mike Elko to the staff, the head coach, and he builds his staff, and that's it's over a year ago now. He's getting into year 2. It's like he's a new head coach in the SEC, right? New footprint for him. He's been here before, but not in the head coach position. Can he recruit at the SEC level? Can he recruit the state of Texas? Can he build what he needs to build to thrive here? And this 2026 class before today was already trending very, very positively. And of course, you're going to see today's numbers because they're updated. But this looked really good before the latest trends. We were already in a really good spot. A bunch of just quality 4-star talents committed to the roster. But things are even elevating to another level because a guy like KJ Edwards was supposed to announce his decision over a month from now. It was supposed to be way far out in advance. And they are getting people on campus and getting either pledges, affirmations, winning head-to-head versus in-state rivals, Texas, KJ Edwards, as was Samuel Rosenborough. And they're exceeding to an either higher level than I would have expected, because that was my big question about Elko. I knew it would be more organized. I felt like development would be off to the right path. It would be a better developmental system than the previous regime. Maybe some better just in-game management with Elko over Jimbo. But Jimbo was a great recruiter. Jimbo could build a team. But what Jimbo couldn't do was develop and win with that team, and that's the next test for Elko. But he is passing the test that I thought was the biggest question about him, and here we are. Here we are with the number 2 class in the nation. We're here in June, mid-June. There's a long way to go. But when you get your work done this early, and it's trending this positively, and you have much more room to grow as a class, you have to look at it as a positive. There are a lot of detractors out there. It's only June. Wait till they're on campus. Yes, I hear you. But a guy like me that is not a recruiting insider, a guy like me that doesn't cover recruiting, feels the need to make a show like this to pivot from our college football show tonight, or we're supposed to game tonight. We're still going to do that at the end of the show. But I feel the need to come on and talk about how hot they are on the recruiting trail. With Brandon Arrington set to commit in a few days, coming back on campus this weekend, I think it's a sign that things are just really, really positive right now. And you got to win games in November. You got to win games in late August, September, October, and November, for sure. And your bowl game. I mean, hell, we just went through that. But recruiting at the highest level is a prerequisite to winning in this conference. You can't have winning without having days and trends like we're having now. And this doesn't guarantee you a championship, doesn't win you anything, but it gets you the tools you need to win. I want to talk about Trooper Taylor. I want to talk about Adam Cushing. Because of this staff that Elko comprised when he first got onto campus, these were 2 names we were pretty high on, especially Trooper Taylor. And as we saw the season unfold, we saw Le'Veon Moss have a career year. We saw a running back room that clearly played well together when they were healthy. And of course, we didn't even have Reuben Owens. When you have Adam Cushing leading an offensive line that struggled previously into a pretty solid year. It wasn't a great year. I would say it was like a B minus level season compared to the C minus or failure seasons we had the 3 years before. That looked really good. But now the recruiting is following suit because these are 2 positions the last 2 cycles that you have recruited really well. You have KJ Edwards now. You already had Jonathan Hatton Jr. These guys are somewhat contrasting in styles in the best of way. Jonathan Hatton, the bigger back. KJ Edwards, quicker, speed, make you miss ability at the highest level in the state. Top-rated running back in the state, number 2 by 247 in the country. Great players, and they complement each other. But you also had Ryden and Morrow the cycle before. So Trooper Taylor, Adam Cushing, building a running game of the future that we are really, really going to be able to hang our hat on, that Colin Klein is going to love to use, that he's going to love to build for. Because if you look at the team last year, it had its negatives. I mean, you don't have to tell me. But while Le'Veon Moss was healthy, while the offensive line was healthy because you had players sitting out, the running game was a strength of the team. And you'll lose a lot this year. Coming after this season, you're going to lose Le'Veon out of eligibility. You're going to lose your key backups in Amari Daniels and E.J. Smith. That's your depth. You probably get Ruben Owens back, but beyond that, it's an open room, and you are reloading so beautifully where this team really needs to reload. Offensive line, you've stacked classes together now, and this class now building with the commitment of Rosenborough. These two guys are proving to be, I used the word home run hires on Twitter today. Maybe that's overzealous. Maybe that's a bit much to say about Trooper Taylor and Adam Cushing. But with what we're seeing both on the field and on the recruiting trail, I mean, these guys deserve some flowers, and Elko deserves some flowers in bringing these guys to College Station. It's really, really exciting to see where this running game goes, both this season. Of course, we're excited for that this year, and now beyond. It was an exciting short-term room that's all of a sudden becoming something this program can hang their hats on for years to come, potentially. So today I wanted to look at KJ Edwards' highlight reel. I took a peek at it earlier today. It's freaking badass, man. This guy's crazy good. Earning all of that high 4-star rating. 97 grade on the 247 composite. Look, there's a lot of moving parts going forward in this recruitment. Prospects that A&M currently has. But you have such a good head start right now, man. And we've seen how these classes build on themselves. The hype build as these classes build. Players want to team up and play together. And hopefully it fosters just, more commitments and eventually signees down the road. I mean, obviously Lamar Brown's a big one we're going to be watching. That was obviously a high and a low. It's a roller coaster. I mean, if you're going to follow this Lamar Brown recruitment, it's not for the faint of heart. Tread lightly. Do it if you want. Y'all know he goes to school right outside of LSU, guys. He is at LSU all the time. Baton Rouge native, plays literally right by campus. Even though he was allegedly not going to take his visit this coming weekend, doesn't mean he's not super close to that program. It's LSU versus the world with Lamar Brown, but A&M is making a dent in that recruitment, even though that visit is back on. We'll keep an eye on that one going forward. Brandon Arrington is the next one up that we'll be keeping a super close eye on. Ethan Feaster, Booby. I mean, you get that. You're feeling so good about getting these receivers in. You already have Aaron Gregory reaffirming his commitment. Jonathan Hatton Jr. reaffirming his commitment now to go along. Edwards, just really good stuff. Coach Wiggins will have a top 5 room in the next 3 years. I wanted to mention Coach Wiggins because I highlighted Trooper Taylor and Adam Cushing. Wiggins is right there. Great receiver haul last year. There were issues with the receiver in the passing game last season in his year one. Didn't get the most out of that receiver room. You can question or talk about how much talent was in that room. There was also quarterback turnover. I'm pretty close to being really, really high on Coach. I'm high on Coach Wiggins, but I mean, you have a good receiver room on the field this year, a good receiver production on the field this year. You keep recruiting the way you are. I might have Wiggins in that high tier category. I have Trooper and Adam Cushing in. All offensive coaches, all really good stuff. And, of course, defense disappointed us in a year one, but revamped coaching situation. Hopefully year two is better. We'll have to look out and see for that. But offensive stuff's looking pretty positive. Lit Sparks, another good day for the Aggies. Absolutely, man. And, if you look at your insiders, again, I'm not a recruiting insider. I'll react to the news and look at the team and look at the coaching staff as we go forward and we get news. But if you look at the insiders, there's a lot more activity to come beyond just today. And I think KJ Edwards was very much a surprise to a lot of people. And I don't even know if this was one that was immediately accounted for by a lot of our insiders. This is very much a surprise commitment to a lot of people. And I think there's a lot more to come soon. All right, guys, let's go ahead and look at KJ Edwards' highlight reel. I peeked at the first minute or so of it, dude. Oh, and by the way, it's talking about them stacking offensive line classes. Last year, you closed with Lamont Rogers, the 5-star flip from Missouri. You recruited the position well the year before. Last year, you also had Nelson McGuire. You had Jonte Newman. You had Marcus Garcia. You're hitting the offensive line position with numbers and quality. You're going to have to see development, but, the numbers game is in your favor. But let's go ahead and take a look at KJ Edwards' highlight reel. First time watching it fully. We'll be here with you guys. I'm really excited to check this out. Immediate reaction is breakaway speed and coming out of just really, really tight angles and holes and making people miss who choose even the slightest wrong angle. I mean, he's going to cut back here and just show elite quickness, shiftiness, and the ability to accelerate out of any hole. Bottled up here in traffic, tight hole, just shoots out of it like a cannon. I mean, you're getting elite quickness with decent size for his skill set. 180 was his playing weight his junior year. Here you're seeing great contact balance, getting through arm tackles to the line of scrimmage, and then breakaway speed. He's going to come onto campus higher than 180 for a speedy, quick back. So, and with contact balance at that weight. And there's a reason this guy's the top back in the state. There's a reason everybody wanted this kid. There's a reason that Texas was after this kid, and I have a lot of Longhorn friends, I know. Shoot me for that. This one stung. This one stung. This is a big win, a big head-to-head win. Yeah, just speed, shooting through the tightest gaps there. All-out speed, just a few yards off the line of scrimmage there. Make you miss right there at the line of scrimmage. Then just outrun everybody who had the angle. I mean, come on. And this guy's still growing. Oh, and by the way, a good pass catcher his junior year, had 30 receptions on the year. That's apparently an ever-improving attribute for Edwards. Right there, a little screenplay or a dump down in open field. Wow. Yeah. Little pitch play. Just going to find any daylight and then make the safety miss. Make him fall. I mean, damn. Look at this safety try to tackle him over here, right here after he gets past this second wave. Bye-bye. Damn. Yeah. Kind of a swing pass there. 3 guys in front of him. Just make them all miss. What? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. All right, that's stuff you see at the high school level. You might not get that at the SEC level. Just don't go down. Another swing pass. Get him in open field. This is stuff I want to see us do with Ruben Owens this year. But I think where Ruben Owens has a lot of skill in the open field to make individual guys miss, this guy's really good between the tackles, squirting through small holes, making guys miss in tight space, and just outrunning people. I think Ruben had maybe a little bit more size, but yeah, they're using this guy a lot in the passing game. And, you know, today's day and age, you have to have that. Yeah, just patience there. I mean, come on now. Nothing there. Just kind of floats outside. Takes off like a dart. My goodness. Let me know when I can call after you're done. Yeah, after the film, you're calling. I'll get to you, Jeb. We got Jeb in the waiting room to call in and react to what's going on right now. Anybody else wants to call in, click that link. It's pinned in the chat. Another pitch play, getting him outside. Yeah, and this year, what we really want to see from Klein with all the playmakers on this offense, you know, guys like Mario Craver with great quickness, guys like Ruben Owens, guys like Terry Bussey. You're going to want to see him get guys in space more, and you're going to have more incentive to do that this year than last year. You had a couple of pretty good possession receivers in Noah Thomas, Ja'Day Walker. But we got to see more of the screen stuff we started to see from Jabri Barber late in the year, Bussey in the bowl game. We got to get more of that, and this kid will be the next iteration of that for years to come at A&M. Yeah, they're running a lot of pitch stuff to him because he breaks it outside. He's gone. I mean, no one has a chance with these angles. There's a stretch play. Just arm tackles aren't going to work on him. Yeah, a lot of this is similar to Ruben Owens' highlight reel, but I see more quickness here, more shiftiness here. Wow, there he is downfield, making a tough catch. Damn, they really used him in the passing game. There he is, split out in the slot. Just a nice little corner route there. There is an inside run, bounces it out. Linebacker angles aren't going to work. Safety's going to have a really good angle to catch this kid, especially at the high school level. Outside handoff. Just makes 13 miss all around. Yeah. This guy's coming to Aggie land, y'all. I mean, you got to get pen to paper, of course, but when your class trends really well, you tend to hold on to people a little bit better. I mean, this guy could play next year. Especially at 180 with this skill set, you have to imagine he's going to gain 10, 15, 20 pounds by the time he's in College Station. If he can maintain this at 200 pounds, even 195, come on now, y'all. Come on now. Another pitch play. Using his blockers well. Just getting extra yards there. The contact balance is really, really good for his size. I mean, obviously the quickness and the make you miss stands out. But he's dragging guys forward. I mean, he has torque, but he also has balance. Look at that. How he gets low and changes direction. He runs low. Cut it in. Dude. This is a highlight reel, man. This is a highlight reel. Cut it out. Make him miss. Sheesh, man. The running back room looks nasty next year. It's going to be young, but young backs can get it done. Maybe, probably get Ruben back to lead the room. We got to see a good year from Ruben. That'd be really, really good stuff. I mean, we're really hoping for that. I don't know if we expect it necessarily, but there's a really good chance Ruben thrives this year. His timeline looks really good coming back from the injury, the fact he was able to play late in the year. But yeah, beyond that, man, there's just going to be so much talent in this room. Add one, like an experienced guy from the portal, Jeb. All right, that's his highlight reel, man. Y'all give me your thoughts on that. That's pretty nasty, man. I'll go ahead and read his write-up real quick by Gabe Brooks, the national recruiting analyst for 247. One of the nation's top backs and among the very best in a loaded Texas high school 2026 class. Highly productive with plenty of tread left on the tires thanks to glut of lopsided victories. Eclipsed 4,000 career rushing mark during the 2024 state championship. Offensive MVP performance in that championship game. Averaged 11.25 yards per carry across his first 3 varsity seasons. So that includes freshman and sophomore year. I think it was over 12 his junior year. Progressively getting more targets in the passing game, including 30 catches as a junior, which we just saw in that highlight. Really used him a lot. Displays impressive ball skills and body control as a pass catcher on the smaller half of the spectrum, but broad-shouldered and well-built at a verified 5'10", 180 with excellent testing and track speed. Plays at a different speed in pads and elite in camp settings, such as the 2025 Under Armour Dallas Regional. Frequent big play threat. Excels as a cut-and-go slasher with agility in the hole to make a man miss and hit the second level unencumbered. Slippery strong with a low center of gravity. We saw that. That fostered positive pad level. Not stylistically an open field move stringer, but capable of sticking cuts and gaining yards after contact. We saw all of that. Sudden stop-start athlete with jump cut burst. Not bounce happy, but particularly dangerous when bouncing because of sudden lateral burst to gain angle leverage. Absolutely just saw that. Finishes run above his weight. Advanced vision. Knows how to stay patient for blockers. Experience in myriad formations and personnel scenarios for perennial Texas 4A contender. I mean, we saw him split out wide in a 5-wide situation. We saw him get swung out consistently. Screen passes. Can get greedy at the end of runs and compromise ball security. This is the negative side. Occasionally needs to take what the defense gives and not try to do too much. Nevertheless, firmly one of the top backs nationally regardless of class with every down competency and home run hitting athleticism. Projects as a potential high major impact back who could become a serious pro prospect. And I think we saw that all.